Next, we want to create a dot plot in Excel for our same NCAA soccer goals data. To create a dot plot, you have to have your data there. So I've got my data in column A. And then it says in our instructions in column B, next to your first data entry, to type this formula. Well, I've got some extra information here, so I'm just going to go over anywhere. You could do this anywhere. I'm going to go over here to column G, and I'm going to type in enter count if parentheses. Now, my data actually starts in A2. That's where my first value is. A1 for me is a label. So I'm going to replace all of these A1s with A2s. So you do the same. So I'm going to say $A, $2, colon, $A1, comma, A2 for me, comma, A2, and hit enter. Now take that, highlight that cell, and drag it all the way down to the so that it matches your last data value. So my last data value is here in cell 29, so I'm going to pull it all the way down to cell 29. Now what this has done, what this formula does, is it keeps a running count of all of your data values. So it counted 1, 9, and then it basically said this is my first, second, third, and fourth number 11, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 11s. There was 1 12. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 13s. So it keeps kind of a running count of the data values. So you need that in that way to make a dot plot. After you do this, it says to highlight all your values in column A and column B, or wherever you just created this new column. So I'm going to highlight everything in column A, and then you either need to hit Command or Control to also at the same time highlight your new column, but you have to get both of those columns highlighted. If they're right next to each other, you can just click and drag and highlight them both. But if you're separated, you may have to click Control or Command to do that. And then we are going to go to Insert. So over here, there should be something that looks like Scatter, or it should say Insert Scatter in some way. And then there are options. We just want regular scatter plot with dots. So here is my dot plot. As you can see at number 9, there's 1 dot. At number 11, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. 12, there's only 1. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 13, and so on and so forth. And yes, on all of these, you can always make them look nicer by clicking on them and giving them a title. I could call this Soccer Goals and different things like that. On the ones that give you options, you can change the X and the Y axis labels as well. And you can make them look different if you so choose. But this is kind of the standard, and sticking with the standard is perfectly fine with me. Now, what we could do is we could go ahead and we could go back to our sheet and we could answer some of the questions. So if I bring our sheet back up, we made the dot plot. It says, what is the mode? What is the median? And does this data look symmetric or skewed? Is there an apparent outlier? So let's see, the mode we can tell because the mode is simply where are there the most dots. So I can look at this and I can see that 13 has the most, so we could answer that. What is the mode? The mode is 13. What is the median? So again, remember the median is simply where is the center? If I ordered all my values, so what I could do if I wanted to is I could actually find the median from my list. I could count in like this until I get to the very center. That's one way to do it. Looking at the dot plot, if I just sort of look at it to say where does it look like the center is, it looks like about the middle, again, not where there's the most, but where there would be the same amount above and below. It looks like it's about at the 15. If I cut it here, then all of these would kind of be the same probably as about all these. So right now I'm just estimating, and I'm going to say approximately 15, and then we're going to figure out how to calculate that exactly soon. Does this data look symmetric or skewed, and is there an apparent outlier? It looks, I'm imagining if I drew a curve over this, it looks like there would be some right skew going on, especially because of this outlier, because that's going to kind of pull a tail going this way. So I would definitely say right skewed and outlier of 35.